So it's 2015, and my god, it'll be a year to remember, we hope. We hope, fingers crossed, that it will be. But that being said, I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind lately, and this is what this series is for. I ramble about a topic. Oh my goodness! This topic is what I believe you as a gamer should consider, and keep in mind this is my opinion and you are entitled to your own, investing in for gaming throughout the year, unless proven otherwise as we go along. So, I've been looking at the different consoles and the different stuff coming out lately, and I've kind of let my PlayStation 4 and Xbox One be bricks lately. I got them near launch, I would say. A PlayStation 4 for my father who plays his sports games, and that's what it's been used for, is glorified sports game machine. And I've had my Xbox One, which has had some use since 2013. Like, it's had some use, but not to the extent that I'd like it. But what should we invest in? Well, I know this is going to come across as, oh my god, you're a Nintendo fanboy, and let's face it, to some extent, I'm a massive Nintendo fan, but I am not a fanboy. Calling someone a fanboy in most cases and shitting on the stuff they like is never okay, and you're in the wrong if you're doing something like that. I would suggest, though, that you would most certainly invest in a Wii U. Why would you invest in a Wii U? Well, its first-party support is phenomenal as of right now. There are many different games that are worth your time on the console that the other two consoles, Sony and Microsoft's platforms, are lacking. And what they do have in terms of support is on a better platform. You see, my logic here is that you should also, along with the Wii U, decide if you're going to be a gamer, especially a hardcore gamer, to invest in a gaming PC. Now, this is going to sound daunting at first, and of course it will, but stick with me here. An Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 both are around the $500 range, give or take some money there, depending on a version you buy and just depending on the differences between the version, but it, on average, will probably be about $500. For $500, you can get yourself a starting gaming PC. It won't be top of the line, of course, but you can get something that will be equivalent to an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3. Now, I know that's not an Xbox One and a PS4, bear with me. If you decide to go the extra mile, and decide to then purchase some parts for it, for example, and get a friend or figure out how to install it yourself, you can increase the capabilities of your PC to a level that is beyond the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. I upgraded my PC recently, and it is already more powerful than the Xbox One and PS4 in terms of hardware. That's a thing. And many of the games that are for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as of right now, January 1st, 2015, the games that are for the Xbox One and PS4 are on PC and better there because they are built because the machine can do more. Now, give or take, there are ports, because it is a console-driven market, that are going to be worse on PC than they are on a console. Taking this into account, you might consider having the consoles. Now, if you have the money to throw around, of course you can have all of them. That is completely up to you. Once again, this is opinion. But for personally, I would suggest that as someone who owns all three next-gen consoles and has a gaming PC and a Wii U are the best investment you can make right now. The games are worth your time, and in general are just good. And a lot of people are going to be like, well, if you get an Xbox One or PlayStation 4, you can play games like Destiny. I can make a video on Destiny alone. No, I'm not going to do that. Destiny is not worth your time as an average gamer. Destiny is World of Warcraft in 2005, people. But that aside, there are games worth your time on the Xbox One and PS4, but there are more games that are worth your time on a PC and a Wii U that make them and many games on an Xbox One and a PS4 that are better on PC. Well, but why am I also saying you should get a Wii U? Well, Wii U is exclusive. Games you can get on the Wii U are not on PC. They can't be replicated there because it's dependent on the hardware of Nintendo because it's first-party support. The Xbox One has Halo, which, yes, I own the Halo Master Chief Collection. The PlayStation 4 will soon have games like Uncharted, which, I'll admit, are good games. I've played the Uncharted franchise. And when those come out, it will be something you could consider getting a PlayStation 4 for games like that. But right now, the price tag alone is really hard to sell. It's hard to look at it as a good value when you're not going to get much for your money there. Because the games that started off, let's say, with the Xbox One and PS4 were showpieces. Knack and Rise are the two big ones that come to mind. Both of those were showpieces. They weren't very good games. They were mediocre, which is, I'd say, the biggest sin a game can be is mediocre. If it's a bad game, you can criticize it, find something you'll like, but a mediocre game is just boring. Like, I'm someone who enjoyed playing Two Worlds, and if you've seen Two Worlds before, now that's a game series that is really, really hard to sell. But, like, I know this has been a really weird video, but it popped into my head. It's the new year, and I'm personally excited for the games that'll come out this year. And the Wii U especially has me excited with a new Star Fox game. We got the next Zelda game has been announced, and just wow. Splatoon has me excited, and most people are like, Splatoon, huh? Well, that's a game that won't last long. Now that they've added a single-player campaign to it, I'm all for it. Splatoon looks like it'd be a lot of fun. But, like, I'm a Zelda fanboy through and through. That's a game series that I love to death. But, like, I can see the fault in Nintendo, don't get me wrong. They were pretty shitty in their marketing campaign for the longest time. They're only now getting their heads together in terms of how to market the stuff, because they're just marketing the games and making them look fun. Because they are fun. They're good games, and there's a reason there are Nintendo fanboys, people. The reason there are Nintendo fanboys is because Nintendo's never released very many games that are of poor quality. They're games that someone's going to like. If you make a good game, someone will like it. End of story. If you make a niche game, sure, there's going to be less people that like it because they won't like that particular niche a lot of the time. But if you make a piece of crap, it's not going to sell as well. Or it will sell well and then ruin your reputation. Assassin's Creed Unity, Call of Duty Ghosts are two big games recently that I would say are games that ruined a lot of people's faith in those two companies. And Assassin's Creed, I was a huge major fan of until the end of 3. I know I'm the unpopular opinion here. I would like 3. Oh my goodness. But, you know, you like what you like, right? I didn't like 4, and Unity I haven't tried, and I don't think I will try it. I think I'm boycotting Unity. As much as I kept saying, I'll buy it when it's cheaper now, I'm just gonna boycott it. I can't support a developer that does that to people. Like, sure, they tried to make good on it, but no. I can't support Unity. I can't support Assassin's Creed anymore. I caved and looked up the synopsis for Assassin's Creed Unity, and I just facepalmed at it. No, I'm not gonna do it. It's a dead series. To me, it is a dead series. It stopped being interesting at 3. That's it. I'm done. Now, I know this has gone way off track. Wii U, PC. Invest in them, people. Worth your time. And if you got a Wii U and a PC, I might play with you or something and meet you randomly in video games or something. I don't know. But, as befitting of all end of year, start of the new year, a lot of people have been doing their top 10 games, but I won't be doing that because I'm not gonna just make a top 10 video. I'm not popular enough to worry about that kind of stuff. I'm just not. But I might as well state what my game of the year was. This is a hard choice, mostly because there were a lot of good games I enjoyed, and the two that really stuck out to me that I played a lot of would have to be either Hyrule Warriors or Dragon Age Inquisition. Those two games, very close to the top. Have to give it to Hyrule Warriors, though. I'm a Zelda fan, and that's where my bias comes in. It was a fun game. I'm actually considering looking into more Dynasty Warriors games as they come along. Hopefully they'll incorporate some of the things from Hyrule Warriors, but we'll see. And it's just, if I had to mention my game of the year, I mean, that's it. That being said, I'll let you go. I know I rambled in this, but that's why I made this series. I'm good at rambling. I'm good at being able to talk about random subjects for a period of time. I don't know how my girlfriend stays with me. I'm pretty sure she should have dumped me years ago. I'm Ben Avier of Chaotic Reunion, and I'll see you all in the next one.